You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Whoa! Woo! Whoa!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Oh my God, I'm back. I'm clipping. You got to fix my audio and my video. Can anybody hear me out there? Switch restream. The hell? Why does everything take so long? Anyway, we're back. Took a day off yesterday. You know, personal issues, a personal day, or what have you. I know everybody was clamoring for this show to be yesterday, but you know, sometimes it's on Sunday. It's how we roll around here. You know, we got lives and things, right? Bacon Bits supposed to be joining us in a few after my monologue and things. Shout out to Oracle in the building. Shout out to G. Shepherdini in the building. Let's do some yeet and let's wake ourselves up. Let's go.
G.
Get liking and subscribing and sharing. You know, it pisses me off. Some of these other shows out here, they don't even try at all. They'll get 50 likes before they even go live. I'll get maybe one. It's fucking crazy. So read that right there. Do what it says. Do everything it says down there. Do I have any others? Look at that. HUGEnverse. HUGEnverse established well before the Dabbleverse. And yeah, if you don't know, Bacon Bits is Dabbleverse megastar, superstar. What other kind of stars are there? I think that's good enough, right?
G.
That's right. We the Yeetple. We're always going to be yeeting around here. So, Jay Uso, that's for you. Technically, that goes to Solo's now. Solo took that. He's the one yeeting. Where are you, Solo? Let's get these buttons going. There he is. He knows.
G.
Bow. Bow.
G.
Yep. So we got wrestling to talk about. I'll talk a little bit about the Dabbleverse stuff. I'm still working on my movie here. Kind of a remake. So we got that going on. We got a battle between AEW and TKO still, right? Is that what's going on? Are these the two warring factions? So yeah. You know, I watched the Kevin Hart roast last night. I know this is very old news. The news feeds out here move super quick these days. Everybody moves on. But I had it on pretty much the whole time, just in the background. I'm watching some of it, listening to some of it. And it was annoying in a lot of ways. And I love roasts. And I get that, you know, things are like super political now, which is dumb. It's stupid. How everybody's like, you know, these dating shows, they're like, I can't be with this guy. He's MAGA, and I can't be with these libtards over here, and we can't work together because our belief systems are different and all this stuff. Like, that's why the old folks were always like, don't be talking about, you know, religion and politics with each other, which is not like a good thing either. I think everybody should, but the amount of how it just radiates off of all these people. It's everybody's us versus them. And, you know, I don't even like Tony Hinchcliffe. And they were like hammering him with, you're a racist, you're a PDF, you're a this. And the racist and PDF stuff was like flying in this roast. I was kind of blown away by that because, you know me, I love all the roasts. I love the raunchy comedy and things. But it gets old after like calling somebody a PDF like 3-4 times. Plus, that's pretty brutal. Even as far as a roast goes, you don't want to be making those jokes one too many times. So we got to the point where Hinchcliffe's like literally going, "What the fuck is going on? What's going on? It was a hit job on your character, bro." That's what it was. And it was so obvious, right? And not only him, Shane Gillis. Again, I'm not like super fans of these people. I don't care about their politics. And I don't even think they're racist. You know what I'm saying? I don't even believe that. So I know that these people in the LA Forum, and I understand where it is and where it was held, and the people that were involved. The one good PDF thing was when Shane Gillis was like, "There's a lot of them in the crowd tonight." That made me pop. That wasn't even like a full joke. It was just kind of a statement. But I went full Seth Rollins on that one. And boy, did he fucking bury Chelsea Handler, is her name? I mean, really buried her right before she got up there. It didn't seem like a hee-hee-ha-ha type of introduction like they usually do in the roast. I mean, he was calling her all kinds of names I couldn't even say on this YouTube TOS platform. So I I don't condone anything, right? Good or bad. I'm not condoning anything around here. But, whew, just destroyed her. Then she went up there and she tried to save face, right? You know, you're the one and this and that. It didn't really work. Gillis got you, bro. And then they had to sit together for the rest of the night. Bacon Bits coming through soon. No rush. I'm a pro. I could do this for 8 hours. I did this for 3 hours a couple nights ago on the Whatnot platform. Do you know about that? Whatnot is an auction app. You don't have to just buy comic books from Dr. Huge on there. I mean, you should, because I have plenty of them to sell. But you can get all kinds of stuff on this auction platform, like really cheap. You know, the sneakers and the shoes and the outfits, and people sell random things too. Like they'll sell old Playboys. There's a whole channel, multiple of them, that just sell old Playboys. And what else? You know, CDs, DVDs, yada, yada. I don't want to make this a little what do they call them? An infomercial? Right. I'll learn English one of these days. But we did it the other night. I'm always trying to get a show going and doing auctions. It's tough these days. I did have merch. I'm definitely going to be getting them because now that I'm shipping things out every other day, I might as well start shipping shirts. I tried to run through a third party online. You know what that was?
It's the shits.
Anytime I put the huge business in other people's hands, it never works out. Nothing ever happens. You know, people don't get their merch and things. But we'll get it out there. I have had some women be like, "Yeah, I really like some Dr. Huge shirts." But the ones that I have, the newest ones that I did make, have the logo with the hot dog. And they're like, "Yeah, we can't be wearing hot dogs." Innuendos on our tits. So I understand and I get it. But yep. Join me on Whatnot at DrHUGE. We can just chat it up there. Again, you don't have to buy anything, but if you use my invite thing on my X, you'll get a free $25 to spend on my show specifically. And I think that's a pretty good deal. You know, it's free money for you, and then you can give that money to me, and then I'll give you stuff, right? Then they'll give me an extra $5 on top of it if you do it. It's a legit thing. So, yep. Anyway, back to that Kevin Hart roast. You know, The Rock shows up at the end. He tries to get Kevin Hart to sit on his lap and suck from his tit. He really did that. So, Shane Gillis, good job. He saved him. I think Kevin Hart was thinking about it. And Gillis was like, "That means Cat Williams is right, bro. If you do this, then you're doing the whole Illuminati ritual, embarrassment, humiliation thing again. Don't do it." He didn't do it. Thank goodness for you, Kevin Hart. Testes. Test. I got to keep the AC on. I don't know. This sounds like shit all of a sudden to me. How about to you guys? Am I sounding good yet? There we go. I think we're good. I got to get a new mixer. I have to get new mic cords. I have to get new everything.
It's the shits.
Fucking crazy. Come on, just work. There we go. I touched it and it started working. Anyway, there's a bunch of stories we can go over as far as wrestling goes. I guess more exciting than that roast I watched the other night. That was just... I didn't really finish my thought with that. So I'm going to do it because this is my show. I'll do whatever I want. I don't care if everybody's bored by it. I'm not. That roast, it was just like feminists versus right-wingers. If you want to even call them that. You know, a lot of these people on the right wing, that they're not far right. Because the far right are crazy too. And they're obnoxious, right? But it almost seems like everybody on the left side, they're all obnoxious. And the centrists are then placed on the right. Like if you have any common sense, you know what I'm saying? So this isn't like hating on anybody for any of their beliefs. It's just, this is how I see it, bro. And it was a little bit of a back and forth through this roast with it. And, you know, the ladies were all clapping it up for each other. And, oh, we can't make fun of these people. And we can't do, like, I hate that shit. It's a roast, bro. You know what? I was going to ask Bacon Bits this, too. It's in my notes. I have plenty of notes. Why you want to get with me? Are you a lady? Are you above a 6? And under 40? You know, it's rude to ask questions to questions, but yeah, I've been single for quite some time. If you haven't noticed, right? And it is totally my prerogative. That's what I want to do. I do not. I'm out of the game, bro. I checked out a long time ago, and I said, you know what? My legs have atrophied sitting on the bench. I'm good. I'll let you guys deal with it. You know, the rest of you guys can deal with all that stuff. Unless a unicorn just seems to pop out of the universe for me. But I haven't been looking for a very, very long time. And I'm fine with it. I got my show that I can do. I got my silly techno musics I can make. I'm doing things for me. I'm thinking about training for the WNBA. I'm thinking about it. Give me 3 months. I could be at least close to getting an all-star appearance in the next 3 years. So, you know, I got a whole lot of stuff going on, and ladies don't like anything. They do you think women like video games for a man my age? Do you think that they like wrestling stuff like this? You think they like that I'm selling comic books too on the side? Out here? They don't like any of that shit. And that's fine. Because I don't really like any of them. You know? Cool. And people are always like, when I make jokes about ladies, you know how you can't do that. Again, with this roast, just making me think about it. Like, oh, we can't do this. We can't do that. And they get angry about it even though it's a roast and they shouldn't be and whatever. I'll say what I want. Because, again, I'm not looking. I don't give a fuck. And I've noticed that women seem to like that a lot more. Trust me, I ain't going to be clingy or I'm not trying at all. So, yep. Give us a life story. Why don't you? I'm not an idiot, Mason in Portland. Thank you for subscribing. Don't unsubscribe after this either. I'll know it's you. Let me take a sip of my coffee and wet the gullet here a little bit, and then I'll give you so many stories that you can use against me, right? For life, brother. No. We ain't doing that here. Let's put it this way. I've touched the stove enough times to know that it's hot. Get it? We're all having a great time out here in the relationship world, right? That's what I've noticed from the rest of you guys online and things like that. And sure, things can be good at the beginning of relationships and all this. It's cool. And then generally, even if you end up getting married, even if things are great for years, you could be in your 60s and get divorced. I've seen that too. So I'm sickened by it all. Sickened by all these people. Everybody's got too many options, you know? And that's a part of the reason, I'll give you this, is a part of the reason why I took myself out of the game. Because, you know, even for myself at the time, many, many years ago, this is like eons ago because I'm like 90 years old. You know, I was HBKing out here. I was the heartbreak kid, and I said, you know what? I gotta stop. I gotta stop breaking all these hot ladies' hearts. So there's a story. Women don't think comic books. It's crazy, right? I'm like, why not? You guys, and a lot of women like to read, and it's got art in it. Come on. And I'm not a backpack carrying, smelly, douche out here. So I could find ladies that would accept all this because of my charm and how handsome I am and things like that. But again, it's just, how about I stack, tons of cash first, and then if I feel like giving it away, then I'll do that. My ex used to wear my Street Fighter shirt ritualistically when we did it. That's from Oracle. So there you go. There's some fact jacks out there. It's pretty hot, I guess. Unless it's got stains on it. You're one of them guys with an old Street Fighter shirt. And then your lady puts it on. And I don't know what she looks like. I'm just looking 6+. 5 is average. All these women out here, they'll tell you they're minimum 7. That's a lie. The lie detector determined you weren't telling the truth on all these. So, yeah, I'm no Brad Pitt or anything, but compared to some of these ladies out here, have you seen the nose rings? Have you seen the tattoos? These bitches look like the Undertaker these days. Have you seen all the work and all the, you know what I mean? And I get it. You think this stuff, it makes you look better. Not to me. I'm old fashioned. I like ladies looking like ladies and being feminine, not looking like, a death metal singer. Mm-hmm. That's fine. He's got other business to attend to. That's fine. And I'm going to bring that up to him as well. It's in the notes. Because DJ Electrify, or Fi, I don't know what her name is. I'm not going to read it again. But, yeah, I heard there's a lot of drama going on with that in the Dabbleverse. So we will be talking about that because I need to be updated as well. I haven't been too involved with the Dabbleverse as of late. I mean, I'm just like a chat guy anyway. I'm not really in the Dabbleverse, and they don't want me in it. MLC's blocked me from the chat, so I just stopped watching. I know when I'm not welcome, I'm not welcome. I'll just go away. It's no big deal. Damn it, Coach Muttering Jay. The Patriots don't suck. They were just in the Super Bowl. But yeah, I'm seeing the Dabbleverse is changing into something else. I'm not saying it's dead. Like there are people, the Dabbleverse is done and blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's just morphing. It's taking on other communities. The hierarchy of it is being, I was saying this months ago too, many, many months ago, where it feels like I felt this change coming where people are being placed now in first, second, third, quite literally on dashboards and super chat machines. And that doesn't interest me so much. I'm in the Dabbleverse, or I watch it for the buffoonery and the hijinks with that stuff. But I get it. Everybody out here, they want to be a part of a community and things like that. And they'll force their way in or try to create little works here and there. It's just, it's almost like pro wrestling. It runs parallels with that, where it was more real towards the beginning and it slowly becomes more and more performative. That's why I've never been a Karmics guy either. Like, I don't judge anybody that watches any of these shows, but it just seems too put on. It's like he's just practically yeeting for hours.
G.
Cheap pops and things. But anyway, let's see what the chat says. My shirt was basically a dress for her. She was a spinner. I like that. That's cool. I like that story. And Coach Muttering Jay, who the fuck is this? And why are you on the Dabble dashboard? Because I'm a beast. I've been doing this before the Dabbleverse was a thing, Coach Muttering Jay. How dare you? Yep, come and get me, right? I need more clout. I gotta start doing crazy things out in public and stuff. And that's a crazy take, Muttering Jay. Wow. I can't wait to see what she did. She probably didn't even do anything. That's how that community works, right? I would send Steve Grogan the link. I met him plenty of times, being in the area and things. And did you hear TM Zumok strikes again, getting the dirty on Steel Toe Morning Show? Well, shout out to the Z-Man. He doesn't like Dr. Huge either. So MLC chat blocks me, Stuttering John trashes me, and, the Z-Man over here. Mr. No Lips, right? Don't talk about my lips. Another man talking about my lips. So, yep. Anyway, we'll get back to the Dabbleverse stuff when I talk to the bits. But for right now, buckle your fucking seatbelts for some Danhausen talk. You know how we love Danhausen around here. Man, he's so good. He's so funny. He makes so much money for the E. Where are you, Danhausen? Did I bury you down here? Did I take you off the screen? No, here you are. There he is. One of my top clowns. Clown losers. Grifters. I mean, face paint, money in hand, like a gangster rapper on IG, and I think he's a loser, and I just called him one. There. So this guy, SummerSlam was last weekend, so I haven't talked about SummerSlam, the fallout. Raw was good this week for like the first time in a while, but he took on Dirty Dom, who's a champion over in AAA Mexico. More on that later. And I heard it was the complete and utter shits.
It was the shits.
Fact Jack. Human Money's on a pole match against Dominic Mysterio. I get it's all cartoonish. This is for the kids and blah, blah, blah. Doesn't mean it's good. It wasn't. Nobody seemed to care for it or like it, but get ready for more of this guy. He's coming. He's going to be on Raw again. He'll be on SmackDown. He'll be on every pay-per-view. He's going to come out there with the shirt cannons and the funky car and the midgets. Loves that midget stuff. So get out of my life, Danhausen. Get out of my life, Sami Zayn, right? He still won't either. He's still around. And how dare you shout out the Z-Man out here. Uh-oh, we got Dabbleverse talk. It's coming in, incoming. Bacon Bits in the building. What up, Bits? Uh-oh, I can't hear you. What's going on? Is that my end? Oh, it's your end? Okay. Yep. We're going to ask him all about the Electrify business. And hold on. Let me get my notes together.
You'll probably hear me now, but I'm a little bit low. For some reason, I got to use my webcam on this one. Not used to.
No problem.
Can you hear me all right, though?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So, Dabbleverse superstar, Bacon Bits in the building, everybody. Let's get some holy shits or something going. No, not asshole. Not CM Punk.
I'll take the voice of the voiceless. I feel like that lately.
Yep, there's
That's
the holy
funny
shits.
because that's what I had to deal with that made me late. Was a certain someone that were.
All right, so I don't know anything about any of this business because I'm loosely affiliated with Dabbleverse, but I got bigger fish to fry out here. And I've seen DJ. The reason why I know her, she showed up in the chat a few times. I'll give you my little experience.
There we go.
I mean, this was maybe 3, 4, or 5 months ago. She showed up a few times and was just chatting it up and things. And I'm like, oh, I noticed that she had a filter and stuff and that she does shows. So I'm like, hey, you should come on here and, let's talk dabbling for a little bit or whatever. And she's just basically like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Like, I just thought it was weird, but like there are a lot of people that will say no thanks or whatever. And then maybe, they're like, I don't want to just talk to 5 fucking people. But trust me, we do get a lot of replay viewers all over the interwebs. But
I do see that. You do get good numbers. Nobody can shit on you for that.
Yeah. I mean, they're not great by any means, but they're not, they're better than what you would see on the screen or what have you. But anyway, so I don't mind that people don't want to come on, but it was hearing from the BYB podcast you were on a couple days ago. That seems to be like a thing that goes on with her. So
yeah, and not only that, she was working for some shows that were loosely associated with Dabbleverse, kind of like you are, but don't really get into the minutia and the drama stuff. So I think once she started doing her own streams and getting into the drama stuff, they were like, we want to kind of take a step back from this. So that's at that time when you asked her, she was probably still worrying about other people and not just her own reputation.
Yeah, true. I mean, I tried to get Mersh on too. I've contacted him. One of my buddies, regulars that comes on the show, tried to contact him, and he'll answer back to him, right? Nobody answers back to me generally, except for like Bits and a few other people out here. I am real, I am a real person. I don't know why everybody can't even just say yes or no. But anyway, I think he was just worried about he was going to get ambushed and this and that. I'm like, that's not what I do, bro. No. I don't give a fuck about trying to trash somebody. I'm trying to uplift them. Like, for example, where can we find you on the interwebs, Bacon Bits?
Oh shit, my shit stuff's backwards. My name down here, Bacon Bits, 3 6s and a 4. No, it's not satanic. It's Mario Lemieux and Nintendo 64. You can kind of guess my age from that, but yeah, it's I do a lot of Dabbleverse stuff. I tread outside of there, get into the wrestling and pop culture a little bit here and there, but mostly Dabbleverse.
All right, so give us just your take or whatever on this DJ storyline that's going on.
So yeah, my whole involvement with that was I asked her to make me an intro because I was familiar with some of her other work. Never discussed price, things like that. Just said, let me know how much time it takes you. We'll work things out. I happened to get struck by Stuttering John, who's kind of like the world champion of the Dabbleverse. For those who don't know, that's our Roman Reigns. He's the tribal chief, and he struck me one day. I got a lot of coverage about it on Twitter. The next day, I was monetized. So a lot of things lined up perfectly. Everybody came and supported me, both financially and otherwise. And she felt entitled to a chunk of that because of her intro. You could just tell by the way she talks. And that just rubbed me the wrong way. And because I never discussed price, I sort of ate the L, moved on, and we had a working relationship. But then recently, she's been going on late night streams and saying things that she forgets she says, and the other people don't forget.
That's usually how this Dabbleverse thing works, right?
Yep.
You don't want to give up any real hardcore personal information that will be used against you. You don't want to. You got to cross your T's and dot your I's. You know what I mean? And then you definitely can't say no, that didn't happen, because it's all recorded. Everything's recorded.
It's like tying it into wrestling. The Dabbleverse is raw. This ain't SmackDown where you can tape it and do it again. You're doing it live. You got no net, so you better be ready when you jump into this pool. And some people just aren't.
Yeah, and that's why I've always been decent at this game. I've been doing this since 2016. I took a good 5 years off and came back, but I'm just honest. So if you are honest, you don't have to remember lies.
Exactly. Same tactic I take.
So I'm not that smart. I can't remember lies.
Yep.
I learned that as a kid. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know anything. I might as well just tell the truth.
I'm sitting here with RVD style, so like, yeah, I can't keep track of bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, tell us a little bit about oh, actually, is that all you got to say about Electrify? Well, I mean, that's the story of it, right?
Yeah, and then it's been back and forth. Like I dropped a diss track because she's the music lady. So I was like, okay, well, I can throw together a rap diss track real quick. And like I kept it I don't want to say friendly because obviously I was mean and harsh, but I was real and fair. That was the nice version, is what I'll say. I don't want it to continue a back and forth. I don't need a feud with DJ Electra. This was sort of like a warning shot, like, hey, you got my attention. Maybe you should take a break from the internet. But based on our interactions today, looks like we might have a back and forth moving forward.
Watch
She's
yourself, DJ
going at it
Electrified,
on.
right?
She's going at me on Twitter, and I told her like, this ain't gonna go how you think it is, Chico. You want to come at the king, you better not miss.
But I'm telling you, these feuds, they help build the channels, right?
The views, that's what gets clipped. That's what gets the views. People like hanging out with me. I have my core audience where we just hang out and watch stuff. That's not what's drawing in the average viewer, the non-viewer.
Yeah.
And all this stuff ties into wrestling. The normal promo ain't what's getting the person clicking the channels. It's the backflips. It's the AEW style that's going to get people to stop and watch, and that's what the fights are.
Exactly. I got to get into
Lady
some works
KB.
and some fights. You want to fight, KB?
Oh, you wish.
Put up your dukes. Oh, no. She could take me, I think, though.
Oh, same here. She'd whoop my ass.
Yep, so I don't know. Just a word to the wise to everybody out there. Yep, when you're doing the streaming gig and all this stuff, if the chat is not liking you or telling you to whatever, don't get crazy about it. You kind of just got to let it go. Like, who cares, right? And it seems like the people that fight back and try to get more involved, like, no, I'm right, and this and that, that shit never works.
No, and don't double down when they're telling you. Like, and a lot of times it's hazing, right? Almost like it's making sure you can take it. It's day one of wrestling school. Let's try and run the kids off, and the ones who come back day two, then we'll teach them how to train. That is the trolls and the dabbleverse. It's let's make sure before I start watching this guy that he can handle the punishment when it comes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I have a little music channel on YouTube. I barely touch it. I make music for myself on the side and post it to the channel like once every like 5 months or something. So I don't even check in on it. But I was getting like all these alerts on it one day after I did John's show. And it's just like every song, every video, this sucks, you suck, this sucks. I'm like, I get it. Right, you know what I mean? But it's just like funny to me. You mention anything, like I said, and they go for it, and they're just like they'll try to tear it down. I'm like, I really, honestly, don't even give a fuck.
Well, I remember the Ava Dr. Huge thing. What was that like going through that briefly?
Oh yeah, well, it's still going on.
Is
it's
it?
Never ended. This is probably going to be a forever thing. I'm Ava forever apparently. So I just again I accepted it from the beginning. The middle, the end. I'm working all angles of it. I'm getting upset some days. I'm happy about it some days. You know.
I've done shows with both of you now. I don't see or hear the resemblance, but I'm also Canadian.
We're both brownish. That's it. That's all it takes out here. You know, in the white supremacist dabbleverse.
I just gotta sit here and shut up with that one.
What? Are you a white supremacist?
No, but I do see what you're saying in the Dabbleverse. It can get wild out there sometimes.
And again, that doesn't nothing bothers me. All right, I don't care. I know the Dabbleverse prayer. I say it before bed every night. I'm like, I don't care. I don't watch any of these shows. I don't know anybody. This and that. That's what they all say anyway. And Muttering Jay said, Karmic said there's only room for one music developer in this town. That's another thing that has upsetted me as well.
Yeah.
This when he started coming around and he was talking about that I make music literally for months. I'm like, oh, he sounds like he makes electronic music or whatever. That's cool. And then when I heard it was AI music,
it's the shits.
Like, come on, dude.
I wouldn't have a problem with it if he didn't use the word artist. He calls himself an artist. I doubt he even writes the lyrics. I know he doesn't use his voice. He says he can play an instrument. He's never proven it. Like, come on, man. You can't sit there and call yourself an artist when there's people out there busting their butt.
It's just unbelievable, some of these people. Again, the performance of it, I'm an artist and I'm making songs and dance tunes and playing like guitar. That's cool and everything. I'm glad it works for him. I'm good for where anybody getting along and doing any streaming stuff. I'm never jelly or have hate towards anybody like that. It just upsets me when, I do things on the side as well, but it takes me like 10 hours to do a song. It'll take him literally probably under 10 minutes.
Yeah. I was actually explaining to my dad the other day, because he's older, doesn't get AI. And I was like, I pulled up Suno. I was like, this is how easy it is to make music now. And I was like, write a song about the dog, put in a couple prompts, and it was good. And he was like blown away. I was like, yeah, that's what the radio is going to be in 5 years.
Yeah. Us people out here, the real people, Oracle, we only fuck with the real music. But pretty soon, they're going to mix it together, and nobody's going to know the difference.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're not going to know when it switches. Absolutely. They're just going to start slipping it in one song at a time. Then next thing you know, all the bands aren't going to be touring because there aren't real physical bands.
It's disgusts me. Yeah. Everything grosses me out these days. Just all entertainment, because that's mainly what I talk about. So, of course, wrestling, but, you know, sports are rigged and fake. The movies are, fake and gay in a lot of ways. I'm not saying a lot of them are bad. It stinks because now everybody's so focused on the clips and who's taking on parts of it. Like, the Odyssey's probably amazing, right? But you almost get brainwashed into going, oh, they can't be any good because of this, and this, or whatever.
Or people build it up so high that it just can't live up to that no matter what.
Yes. In the meantime, Spider-Man's still out here killing it. It's supposed to be like the first movie to make $1 billion or something. I can't wait to see that. It's like finally they're starting to make these movies too, where he's wearing the suit. Yeah. The Hulk is mad. You know, like shit that it, like actually makes sense. It's like, just use the comics and do it like that, and you'll make $1 billion. You know, stop cramming Captain Marvel in here. You know,
I hope we get a real Batman Arkham movie at some point, but I hope they don't mess it up too, because that would be a shame if we finally get it and it's not good.
Yeah, Clayface coming soon. I heard they're going to be trying to remake Nightmare on Elm Street again as well.
No, see, Robert Englund was Freddy to me. There shouldn't be another one in my eyes, but good luck to him.
Yeah, that 2010 one.
It's the shits.
Yeah,
brutal.
I skipped that.
And there's your little entertainment moment, everybody. Do I have any other questions? Oh, wrestling. What's your like origin story with wrestling, and who are your top guys? Do you still watch all that stuff?
I was born right at that perfect time where I was about 7 or 8, when the Attitude Era was really kicking off, and my dad was watching. And I remember the first time I saw DX with China, and he just got home from work, and he walks in the door, and I go, Dad, look at this move I just learned. He goes, what? And I go, low blow, and punch him in the balls as hard as I can. I'll never forget that moment. But ever since I was a child, he took me to see Raw once in Toronto, and I got to see Kane double chokeslam the Hardys. I've always been a fan. Sort of fell out around that early 2000s time when everyone else did, when Super Cena became big. But Dr. Thugonomics Cena was my guy. I grew up as a wigger who dyed my hair blonde. That was my guy. I remember every word to this day off the You Can't See Me album. So once he went Super Cena, I stopped watching a little bit. But I'm your casual WWE fan. Watch Mania, the Rumble, that, and then other than that, listen to Cornette and all them to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, Corny's great. Except for, again, his politics. Holy shit, his politics are brutal.
I'm Canadian, too, so I don't even understand if he's right or wrong. I just know that it takes up the wrestling part of my podcast.
Yeah. The way I always looked at it, there's two cults. Everything's a cult to me, and it's always been like that. And it's like, because if you don't go along with everything that they say, they'll want to try to kick you out and get, disfellowship you from their cult. So he's very much in the blue cult. And of course, they're right about half the things, just like the other side's right about half the things. But that's why this is all an illusion, Bacon Pits. This is all one big fucking work, and it upsets me that other adults never understand that or they can't see through this. Like, we're just gonna go vote again. They just told you they're eating kids and they're all that other shit, and we're gonna go vote again. Got it.
Oh, yeah. It seems fucked up. And I talk to enough Americans where it's not like I ever hear anybody going, no, it's perfectly fine but down here. What are you talking about? So clearly there are fucking issues.
Yeah, and it's all mental issues mainly.
To tie it back to the Dalverse real quick, as a wrestling fan, do you get annoyed at when you know people are doing the work? because you could probably spot them better. And works are so annoying when I can tell the two sides they're fighting just for the views and they want the clips back and forth. That's the most annoying thing to me. And I feel like we can spot it better than the average watcher.
Absolutely. I brought this up before too. I would say here's an example of a huge work that was being done for a few days. I was watching the Z-Man early last year,
Yeah.
And he was just really going at Rob Saul, and to the point where he's trying to work it into something, right?
Yeah.
And Rob just wasn't really accepting it. Like, he would talk back, but he wasn't accepting the feud like that.
Yeah, one side's serious, one side's working at that point.
Right. And that made me just go, Chad, all right, you've been trying for like a month or two now. Like, he's not going to do the thing with you. Like, you got to move on. But then it was just so over the top sometimes where I'm like, it's clearly a work.
Yeah. I think that's why the drama stuff, like with me, gets so much, because I always stay away from that. I'm not an angry guy. I'm not out here picking fights like Chad Zumach. So when I get like that, you know it's real, and it comes out real.
Yep, same with me. Yeah, I'm just not good at it. Again, I'm not a good
Yep.
liar.
Exactly.
So, the works, you're not going to see a whole lot of them here, and if there are some, they're going to be like over the top stupid, you know. But yeah, listen, we've both come up with the John Cena.
Yeah,
that hustle, loyalty, respect.
Oh yeah, and that was the last part. Yeah, so just the John Cena's, the HBKs, Eddie Guerrero, that whole era. Obviously, have love for guys like Edge and Benoit and all that because they were Canadian.
Yep. How about that Benoit stuff, huh?
That was wild, because I wasn't old enough to fully understand it, but I was old enough to be like, okay, to see the changes. Everything changed so damn quick after that, like so quick. And then when you heard the whole story, I must have been 12 or 13 when that happened. So yeah, like you hear the whole story, and it scared me for a while. Like it scared me about football, things like that, because you heard the Alzheimer's brain thing that he had. It's like, this shit is dangerous, but it's no different than regular sport. Shit happens.
Yeah. It reminded me of this week, because we got a lady in my state that just like offed 3 of her kids or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that actually happens a lot. That happened in New York too recently. Oh, a mother and the grandmother offed 4 kids and them themselves. But this one in Massachusetts tried to jump out the window after, supposedly, and all this stuff. And all I know from the news is most official stories that you hear coming through the news aren't real. It's never exactly how it plays out. And I've actually seen this happen in real life a few times. I'm not going to get into the story, but I'll do it another time or whatever. But basically, my point is, could it have been the wife? And then he saw the child dead, and then he went berserko, and then did that to her, placed the Bibles near them and all this stuff. It all seems so weird, but
the whole setup thing was strange. My conspiracy theory that I sort of read into more was who was the guy, the best friend of theirs that lived down the road that people thought she might have been sleeping with? Oh, it was another wrestler. But there was a conspiracy theory like that going around the time, and I would lean more into that one, I think.
Yeah, and I used to have Kevin Sullivan come on the show all the time, and I've never brought it up with him, because I just got it. I'm like, I'm not gonna bring this up. It almost seems silly. It like, that's too cartoonish of a conspiracy theory. Oh yeah, he did it, and then they go back and go, oh, he's the Prince of Darkness, and he's talking about fallen angels and all this, and it's like, yeah, okay, like that was a work, obviously. You don't.
That was the one. Yeah, that was the one that got the most steam back in the day.
Yep. So that was silly, but I'm just saying, who knows? Maybe it could be a bunch of different things.
Yeah, there's only a couple people that know, and we'll never fucking talk to them. That's the problem. It'd be wild to find out, but
that was a crazy ass time in wrestling.
Oh yeah,
they gave him the tribute. They had to take it back.
Vince
literally came back from the dead.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Blew up the week before.
They were so on fire at that time, where everybody watched Vince blow up. It was getting news outside of the wrestling circles. Then they had to walk it back the next week. Wrestling would have been so different if that just didn't happen. Mr. Kennedy would have had a top run. Hornswoggle would have been friggin' who knows what.
I don't know. Cena and Orton, I think, got Mr. Kennedy out of there, right, Cena? Yep, there he is.
The famous shoulder drop in the Lakers jersey.
Yep. So that's, again, I stopped watching around that time too.
Yeah.
When the Ruthless Aggression era started calming down. And yeah, it was like Cena and Orton in every single pay-per-view. I'm like, this sucks. So I got back into it around 2014, 2015. Started doing the show in 2016. And Cena was still around. He kept coming back. And I was cool with him by the time he left. You know, I understand the whole, you know, why everybody liked him and things like that. But wrestling really fucking peaked hard in the late 90s. And the kids just don't understand. They just think that Michael Jordan stinks and all these guys stink right from this time period when that's the peak of human civilization with everything. Never mind the pro wrestling. That they were killing it. You got The Rock and Stone Cold and Undertaker and Mankind. You could go on and on.
Oh, everybody was a star down to the jobbers. The jobbers were guys you wanted to get their autograph. I still go back and watch old stuff, and the pop just feels different when a guy like Stone Cold comes out. Like when the glass breaks, people are having a visceral emotion. It's not just, yay, I like this guy.
Yeah, and WWE's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you Unreal. We're gonna give you all the magic tricks.
I am not a fan of Unreal. I thought I was going to be when the concept happened, and you can tell. And like, I'm sure it's fine for the younger audience who enjoys WWE. When you're our age and you're watching, you're going, okay, you're working us on the show that's supposed to be not a work. Like, what are we doing here? This is just an extension of WWE.com stuff they used to do.
Yeah,
we're just getting behind the scenes stuff that adds to the show.
And Oracle says the Jordan played against plumbers kids. Fucking well, yeah.
Are you kidding me? Every team had at least 2 stars back then. And even like go to the Sonics and you're going for a rough night. Nobody was an easy night.
Yeah, don't even get me started. Anthony Mason would dog walk Draymond up and down the court. Yeah, Grandmama, Karl Malone. They're like, nobody's as strong as these guys. And then you go out there and look at them. They can't even play 50 games a year.
Do you know what Olajuwon would do to Draymond Green? He'd put up 60.
Yeah. He's another one in that Kevin Hart roast I watched the other night, it was good because I like roast, but it was bad because of how long it was. And again, the political stuff, the overtones of it, you could just sense it all over it. And that sucked too.
The Tom Brady roast, I really like. This one, not as much. I'm more of a fan of the Comedy Central ones because they let those guys have a lot of freedom back then. Like Patrice O'Neal got to go up there and shine. Amy Schumer was still funny. I still watch those Comedy Central roasts all the time.
And you're right, Jumpmaster McCock in the building. Oh, I'll get back to you, Oracle. Kemp, baby, that's right. And this is my take. Here's a hot take for everybody, especially all the kids. They probably don't even know who Sean Kemp is. But LeBron James is a glorified Sean Kemp.
Yeah, better and everything, but there were LeBron Jameses before LeBron James for sure.
Sean Kemp came out of high school, made it to one finals where he lost against Jordan and the Bulls there. But the reason why nobody will think Kemp is that good, because he didn't have the whole backing of the NBA like LeBron James has had. Like, literally, he runs the NBA through his management group and stuff like that. I forget the name of it. They were involved with the gambling and
Clutch
stuff.
Sports?
Clutch Sports. Yes. So, LeBron, I mean, they turned the All-Star game over to LeBron for, like, years. Remember, they're like, you're the captain, LeBron.
I can't believe they're getting, like, All-Star games are, like, 220 to 230 now. Like, we're getting freaking ridiculous. That was Jordan. Jordan's spitting at that. Kobe's rolling over in his grave looking at that. How many All-Star game MVPs did Kobe win? He never took a day off.
No, all these guys, that's all they do is take days off. That's why they can play so long, especially with the steroids as well, like these new age steroids. Come on.
I've always been a guy who's like off season or like for recovery and stuff, steroids 100%. Like there's no way Adrian Peterson got back in 8 months off of completely tearing his leg without using steroids to recover. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Just like if everybody's doing it, it's clean. It's going to be like the old baseball days. That was the best time to watch baseball.
Mm-hmm. Oracle says NBA covertly worked against guys like Kemp, Iverson, Vernon Maxwell. Absolutely.
And then cover up shit like Karl Malone getting an underage girl pregnant. And he's a glorified, like, don't get me into that.
And JJ Redick trashing Larry Bird.
Oh,
I know, how crazy is that? Larry Bird
Oh,
is fucking goated, everybody. Larry Bird. Imagine Larry Bird on steroids. Could you imagine that? I
I
couldn't.
still quote Larry to this day whenever I'm doing something. Which one of you guys want to come in second? Like the balls to walk into a room with guys like that and then back it up.
He's legit. The
Larry
game is
Legend,
so
man.
different now. They allow you to travel, you can carry, you can double, you can pretty much do whatever you want because there's no skill. And then they go, these are the most skilled players ever. It's turned into baseball where like Steph Curry just shoots half court shots, and that's like it. And like a bunch of people want to do that, or they just want to stand in the corner. They call it their spots, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they gotta get to my spot. Your spot is supposed to be wherever you're open.
Yeah. Jordan never had a spot. Jordan was the fucking spot.
And 40 with a bad luck telling Kemp what he's going to do beforehand and still dropping 50 on him.
Exactly. Oh.
And then he brings his kid into the league, this LeBron James.
Oh, that's terrible, man. I don't think he's an NBA caliber player at all.
It's just everything's so phony. You know what I mean? And wrestling, the one thing it had going for it is this just a little bit of realism. I mean, you are punching and hitting each other in person in front of everybody. You can at least act like it's a real thing. But then they got these friends like CM Punk and Cody Rhodes taking each other on at SummerSlam. And then people like me, I'm not buying this. Why
There's
am I
a
going to
reason.
spend $40 on friends fake fighting?
There's a reason why there's one specific storyline I always go back to when I watch AEW stuff. It's Punk versus MJF. The amount of real feeling in that feud from back in the day. That there's an hour-long video on YouTube. If anyone hasn't seen it that covers that whole thing, I highly recommend it. It's so good, that feud, man.
Yep.
I can watch it every day.
How about Hangman and Punk over there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, a lot of people were beefing with him. You know what? Here's my take on Punk. We'll get yours in a second. I think he's a douche. How about that?
Oh, for sure. He comes off as a douche when he speaks. I was way more of a fan of early on This Fire Burns Punk with the yellow and the tape. That was my CM Punk.
Yeah, that's it. Before everybody knew he was a hypocrite about everything. Like going to Saudi Arabia and doing
That's wild. That's wild to even go there because, like, I understand the position he was in with the being at the top and all that, but you got to stand on your stuff, and you can't say that to the Miz, then be like, "Well, I'll cash the check." It's the same reason why I hate Peter Dinklage for talking about Snow White after cashing all them elf and tiptoes checks.
He's just a ridiculous person. He gets into fist fights with some of the talent over in AEW. Half the locker room couldn't stand him. This is when you're placed into like the top position like immediately. You're getting like the most money, and you still can't be happy with that. You're still gonna push people's buttons and things. Like, come on.
Yeah, the first year when he was, there are two different Punk. That's the problem. And when you're a professional, you can't do that. But when he was Happy Punk the first year, we were getting good shit. Him against Darby and all of that. And then the second year, you can tell he's fed up. He's beefing with people backstage. We don't need to see your backstage drama play out on camera. Jungle Boy deserves some blame, too. He's a little annoying bastard that I probably would have smacked. But I wouldn't have done it while I was champion.
Yeah, right. And then we got Triple H. They mended their fences and all this. And Triple H and CM Punk, when he brought him back into... this isn't WWE anymore. This is TKO.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what this is. This is complete McDonald's sponsors and ads and all that stuff. And this version of CM Punk that's over in WWE now, it ain't doing it for me.
I watched the match with Cody from SummerSlam, and I thought it was rough. Like, even Cody, like, that was rough. It reminded me of an old school, like, they watched Dusty Rhodes Ric Flair match and said, let's just do this. And it's like, that doesn't work in 2026, man. Too many leg locks and just laying there.
Yeah, rest holds. That's what I'm waiting for when Orton, well, he's back, but as soon as he starts doing matches again, let's get those rest holds going, baby.
Yeah, but you're so right. It's TKO now. Like when they moved WrestleMania back there for the second year because they offered more money. Now they're doing WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. Vince would have died before he moved WrestleMania start time from 7 p.m. to make more money. Like,
it's totally sucks. All the celebrities, what else? I mean, we can shit on this WWE for
Well,
hours.
even the ads used to be good. I used to like hearing JR say like Snickers, taste the like, you know what I mean? And now it's freaking a dancing cinnamon toast crunch mascot while there's a serious blood feud match happening. Like, what are we doing here?
It wasn't it Chad Gable wins the IC championship, this big emotional moment, family in the ring and all this, and then you got the root beer
Yeah, the Bart.
bulldog right next to him.
I was 100% sure there was someone in that costume because I went, if there isn't someone in that costume about to beat him down, then this is just sickening.
What?
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I'm glad you brought that up because that I forgot all about that. I was like, that has to be someone in there. And then, nope, this is just literally an ad.
Just an
Me,
ad, yep. Right
me
in
and
the
my
middle of their IC
family,
championship.
make sure you drink the pop like Stone Cold. Like, what the fuck?
So, yeah, I mean, you know, I've been trying to do other things, talk about other things, but I keep up mainly with the news, talk about that, talking about the matches. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay. I mean, that's so 2016, talking about these 2000 and late and things.
And
But
most of the matches we've seen, like, it's rare that I get excited about a WWE match lately. I did love the Brock Lesnar Oba Femi match till they ruined the finish.
it's true. And I already wrote that out. They did
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of it on this Monday. I'm telling you, this past Monday's Raw was actually pretty good. If you can sit through these fucking advertisements every 2 minutes, but I think watching it back might be a little less.
Easier.
But Oba Femi is getting into it with Braun Breaker, which is good, and they got to keep that going. Braun Breaker is one of the next big things as well.
Yeah.
And Paul Heyman's kind of involved with both these guys, you know, because Brock and Oba are kissing each other's asses.
Yeah.
While he just retired, and now Paul Heyman maybe his manager. I say make him the manager after a few weeks of Oba going, should he be my advocate and things? And then Paul Heyman turns on him and goes right back to Breaker.
I can see it. Maybe even do a WrestleMania callback and do the low blow thing like he did to Punk and Roman there. But I can definitely see Paul needing a new beast. I think the Oba Femi fits because it's not that Oba's a bad talker. It's just there's nobody better than Paul Heyman. And he almost made Curtis Axel a viable threat. So he could do something with Oba Femi.
Yep. The B team. That's right. We talked about him recently too, because he got pulled over, I think, for a DUI or something. So B teamer Axel. Remember Axel?
Oh yeah, I love their backstage breakup. That's always a good promo to go back and laugh at.
Just the name Axel. How ridiculous.
They don't get creative anymore. What was it? PTB or whatever for Paige, Becky. Oh, PCB. Like, whoa. Yeah, good first try, guys. Let's work on something harder here.
It's the shits.
Yeah, that was the shits. And then that group with Sasha Banks and Naomi. And remember, they were sticking some other of the noobs. They had their own group too.
Yeah.
And yeah. That was when it was the first time women ever, stepped in a ring, and the first time they did this, and the first time they did that, and it was all about history and blah, blah, blah. I got so tired of that. But, people like women's wrestling. We generally call them weirdos.
Well, there's a reason why they've only done 2 Revolution pay-per-views. Like, if people wanted it, they would have made it a yearly thing.
Exactly.
They care about nothing more than money. We know that. So clearly they didn't do well.
I don't know. I'm showing this. This is an AI version of a picture of Vince during a segment on Raw, but he's looking at you, Bacon Bits. He's not looking at me.
That looks like Vince from the call in and get free money days. Remember when they had the giant Titantron thing fall on him?
Oh yeah.
Got rickrolled and
used to
stuff.
move around all the time. There were always things going on when Vince was there. Like big people were getting run over backstage. They really don't do that anymore.
No. And if they do, it's so fake. Like when Braun Strowman flipped an entire transport truck. Like, come on, Vince wouldn't have allowed that.
Oh, that was the Braun Strowman was flipping everything back in those days. He pushed over everything. He was pushing. It was crazy. But have you heard about this story? This lady was saluting Gunther a few weeks ago in the crowd. Come on, show it.
Oh my God.
That was her saluting Gunther when she came. And we don't condone this YouTube TOS. But this was at a WWE event, and Gunther came out, and I guess she was showing support.
She's wearing either a Punk or an AJ Lee shirt, which is hilarious. The irony there is funny.
Yep. So I don't know. The world is just so fucking crazy these days.
Oh yeah, but the weird thing is, it's gonna revert back to where it's gonna go extreme the other way. So
You think
soon
you'll get like more traditional or something?
it'll go. All the stuff that they're trying to say we can't say and can't do now is just gonna become okay for a few years. It's gonna be a wild time because it went so far in this direction that it has to swing that far in the other direction. Like last time, we got to say retard again after the last one. Who knows what words we'll get back?
Yep. Man, they took me off of TikTok Live like after a month, and then they would let me do my show, but they'd cut it off like 10 seconds in. They didn't like any of the words I was using on there. They shadow banned me. I finally just deleted it like a week ago or two, but I'm just like, yeah.
YouTube's tightening up lately too. I've been getting a lot of age restrictions and stuff. I think it's because I watch Karmic, like we were talking about earlier. He goes a little bit off the rails, especially now that he's not monetized anymore. He doesn't care.
He's not Oh, they got him too? All
Yeah,
right, update us on some of this stuff. So
a
why
while
you've been going
ago.
crazy.
Yeah. So a while ago, he got demonetized because once he broke up with his girlfriend Felicia, he had some drunk crazy streams where he was threatening people and like serious threats of violence and stuff like that. And YouTube completely took away his channel for repeated violations of the harassment policy. And now he's on YouTube on his own music channel, but he can't apply for monetization because they'll get him for ban invasion. So he makes money on Rumble, but he still is live on YouTube.
Wow. Yeah, it's just getting drunk on the streams is like the greatest idea.
No, do it once in a while for fun, not all the time.
Right. Oh, not on your own show, especially.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Go on somebody else's show and get wasted.
That's what I did the other night. I didn't scream drunk on my show. I went on the other show to do it.
Exactly. Yep. Shout out to Clown Town.
Oh, yeah. I love pulling with those guys. Big W.
Yeah. W's a good guy.
Yeah.
And we got Rhea Ripley.
Oh.
She's not coming back anytime soon. I heard she's out for the rest of the year. Meniscus tears and all these things. So get well, Rhea.
Do you think that's because they don't do as many house shows anymore? Because I really think that's a big part of it. They're not callousing themselves up enough.
Yeah, it's just like the pro sports. You know, they don't practice. In the football, they don't practice with pads anymore, like mostly.
Yeah.
And they cut the days on everything. They pamper them, and you gotta take the bumps. You gotta, and plus, not to sound misogynistic, a lot of they have lady legs and arms and shit. Everything's not gonna work out as good as male wrestlers, and the male wrestlers get hurt all the time too. Like for example, Chelsea Green's injured again. Like she's got the orbital bone fracture in her eye. I think she's gonna hold on to the belt. She better hold on.
She's probably gonna work through it, knowing her. She's tough as nails. That shit.
Yep. So expect maybe another mask or something.
Yeah.
Gonzalez took on Saul Ruka. Ruka jumps off the top rope there off to the floor, and it looked like it broke her nose. I guess it didn't, but she was bleeding all over her face after that. The women, they take some nasty bumps, and I think it's because, they're doing more gymnastics-based things instead of wrestling moves to keep it safe.
I was watching some AEW highlights before I hopped on here earlier, and the moves over there, like they're doing way crazier stuff, and they don't get hurt as much. And they should be getting hurt like that. People get hurt over there, but I just think it's because they do it more and they practice more, and like they have more reps. Because all these stars are getting hurt at such a rapid rate in WWE. You see in Unreal Season 3, like the entire freaking top of the card had to get changed every week.
Yep, and a lot of them are older.
Just that's what happens when you have 40-something-year-old champions. Exactly.
But we had a bunch of old guys back in the day too, and they were just, I don't know. Again, it's because they don't have any stars. I think it sticks out more. So when you lose a Rhea Ripley, it's like, oh my God, it's such a massive loss to them because it's like that's like one of your biggest stars in the business.
Yeah. But we also didn't have like Ric Flair at 50 jumping from the top rope to the announce table.
Could you imagine?
No, not at all. Especially trying to land on your feet. Like that's just asking for trouble.
Ric Flair doing what do they call it? The Spanish flies and things.
Never. If Ric Flair did a Canadian Destroyer, I think I might have stopped watching wrestling.
Here's some breaking news. Well, it's breaking news to me, kind of. Go on, give me the breaking news.
This is breaking news.
Too Cold Scorpio, Flash Funk, stabbing case apparently, reached a plea agreement. He's guilty of second-degree assault and has, he's gonna have to deal with some criminal actions. But it was originally a first degree. Flash Funk is about that life. I don't know if you guys remember. Older wrestler and things like that. I think he went to North Korea with some of the WCW guys back in the day. You ever hear about that story?
No, literally the only knowledge I have about Flash Funk is that he has a giant hog.
Oh.
I remember wrestlers talking about it in what was that? What's in the bag game that they used to play on? Yeah, and he would always get brought up.
So shout out to you, Too Cold Scorpio, Flash Funk, whatever you're calling yourself these days. Hopefully, it doesn't go away for too long, right? We need him out here flipping in the indie rings and stuff.
Yeah, he could still go for his age, that's for sure.
And God, have you seen the censorship on Netflix lately?
That bothers me. We're paying for the forced ads and the censorship bother me possibly more than anything for a paid service. This ain't TV. You can go 2 clicks down and watch damn near pornography. So we can hear holy shit without it getting bleeped out.
Bro, I can't believe I sent that chat before you broke that. Breaking news. But what else we got here? I got a bunch of some of these wrestling notes. I'll write them down. I'll be like, because I'm just trying to log everything in the past week. But some of these things, who gives a fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some stories out here. It's like, holy shit. Steiner, his son Brock. This is Scott Steiner, the real Steiner to everybody. Yeah. Braun Breaker's Rick Steiner's son, Scott Steiner's son, apparently is playing in the NFL or about to for the Saints, and got caught juicing up, doing whatever, doing the old LeBron James to himself. So he's, out for 6 games at least.
I love how it's only 6 games now.
Yeah. It slaps on a wrist, for many of these things. Remember Ray Rice? He fucking gave his wife a Mike Tyson.
I remember.
4 games, right? Then the video comes out, and then it was like, oh, I got it.
Yeah, it was wild that it took seeing it. Like, we had perfect description of what happened. It's not like the reports lied about what was in the video. The video didn't show us what we didn't know. It's just once we saw it, everybody was like, oh, shit, now we got to ban this guy for life. I was playing Madden at the time, and I remember they just made him Baltimore running back and took his picture off.
Yeah, they have tendencies to do that, like how they did it with Jordan back in the day. You wouldn't give him their likeness. And Bill Belichick.
Yep, he was always New England coach.
Yeah,
he was the only one not in the NFLPA.
He kind of is a dick.
For sure. But you got to love him.
Oh, totally. I definitely love him. I mean, he's brought me a lot of happiness, him and Tom Brady, but,
Who doesn't like to bang young chicks? Like, of age, but of course you were going to bang 20 and 30-year-olds when you're 60 and rich. Who wouldn't?
Yep. And I say good for him.
Yep.
That's the least of my worries with Bill Belichick. My main issue with Belichick is he sat our number 1 corner during the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. Tom Brady throws for over 500 yards and you lose? Well, because you sat your number 1 corner right before the game. Not like in the locker. He was crying during the national anthem and nobody knew why. They were like, well, he's just emotional for the game. No, it was because he wasn't going to play. And then his backup had to go in and was like, wait, what? I'm starting in the Super Bowl right now? And then the Eagles just threw all over him.
What's a Super Bowl? I'm a Lions fan. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry about that. They have been pretty good the past few years, but they just...
I think that window's already closing.
I know, the Bills are the ones that have to worry, even though they seem pretty good this year as well.
They had their chance last year. That's all they had.
I don't know. The Lions paid the running back there, Gibbs. They still got some players. They could get back. I'm telling you, everybody's sleeping on the Patriots again. They thought it was fluky last year. They're even better this year.
I had money on him. I was disappointed by the Super Bowl. I definitely needed Drake May to pull it out there. At the end, I thought they were going to do something. That first half was just rough. I don't know what happened there, but you guys have a tendency to turn things around. That's for sure.
That's right. We're smart up here. I take all credit for anything the Patriots do well. Yep.
Yeah, they're the Yankees of my lifetime in football because I was there for the 3 and 4 years or 3 and 5 years, whatever it was.
Yep. They kicked ass, and then we had a good 5 years of sucking, and we're back, baby.
Yeah.
And people are hating it.
Quicker than anybody thought. It was nice to not have to worry about you guys for 2 or 3 years. Holy shit.
Yeah. I know the Bills fans are the ones they've been reeling from that stuff last year. I mean, we got back to a Super Bowl before they did. That's crazy.
Oh, God. That's funny.
Crazy. Take that, Lady Kmart. Yeah. So, we talked about that. Alistair Black is bald now.
Is he? I never got him. Just never got it. Cool entrance and everything, just not my thing.
Yeah, well, he's playing on the occult stuff, and he's got the tattoos, and yeah, it just
seemed more believable with a guy like Bray. Even though Bray was doing wilder shit, he somehow made it more believable. And I think Alistair writes most of that stuff himself, so it's not like he doesn't believe it. It's just there's something there that's not clicking for me.
Yeah, there needs to be more like fireballs in people's faces, like some like elaborate, silly things.
Go Kabuki, yeah, for sure.
I know I got some big news around here. How about that Perez Hilton stuff this week? Did you hear about that?
A little bit. Once I read it, I was like, holy crap. I knew I wasn't going to be able to find a video of it. And I didn't know if I wanted to.
It's yeah, I remember that night it came out, and I'll watch whatever. The only thing I don't want to watch is anything that happens to kids or animals.
Yeah.
Like, that's upsetting. But if you're a grown man or whatever, and you're, that doesn't bother me one bit. Plus, I don't think he was really, this is my expert opinion, I think this was kind of a work as well. Ariana Grande has that video, and she's supposedly took a chainsaw to people, and they're like, this is a witchcraft, and this is the occult, and all this. Sure, yeah, probably, right? But is that what Perez Hilton was doing, or was it just a full-blown clout-chasing grift thing? Which, again, I saw some of the scarring on him from after the fact, and it didn't look that bad. And he's taking the night, dancing like Buffalo Bill, and I'm just like, this is fucking silly. Like, come on, bro. But it made the headlines, got him out there again. I'm not saying he's not going through something, obviously, but who knows? I read the comments, and they're like, people are over and over, he's dipping a butter knife in this substance or possibly blood and then doing it to himself. And it just...
I didn't see the actual video. I just read people talk about it. But when I did hear somebody talk about it, there was a lot of allegedlys and whatnot thrown out there. So I think there was some doubt to it from the people I heard from. But I didn't do a ton of digging into it. But it does sound like it's fucking insane. But you can't deny that it got his name out there. It's the only thing people have been talking about for days.
And so I looked it up that night because I was hearing about it. And it shows all the tweets you talked about. Say I write Perez Hilton in there, and I'm like, I made a tweet about him months ago when TNA started the new AMC show, and he was like a manager, a part of a group, or at least for that night anyway. And I'm like, that's weird. Perez Hilton's in wrestling now, and not only that, not like shitting on TNA. I always like TNA, but they're more like lower on the rung.
Yeah,
like, it's cool that they got somebody that's known like to be a part of the show, especially that first night. But it was just odd because it made me think maybe he's starting to hit like the bottom of the barrel with all this business stuff, and now he's trying to drum it back up.
Well, I didn't even know he was still around until this came up, because like I knew him as like the TMZ gossip guy, and I don't even see him doing that much anymore. But maybe he isn't. It's not on my radar. But yeah, that's not like the high paying thing that it used to be. Because there was a time when he was like one of the top 10 probably most famous people on the damn planet.
Yeah, because of his website, it was just a gossip and rumor website and everything. But I think when you start getting into the business with a lot of these pop celebrities, and you start to fly too close to the sun, and Who knows? You probably will come across some witchcraft stuff, right?
Oh, there's all kinds of insanity everywhere. So there's insanity in the music business. We see it all the time. We only see a little bit of what's actually going on out there. That's for damn sure.
Yep. That's kind of how I became a conspiracy guy, because like 25 years ago or something, I'm like looking into it on the internet and things. How do you break into the music industry? What are the things you got to do or whatever? And that's literally how I figured out a bunch of other stuff just through that. Cause I'm like, wait, what? These contracts are like, what?
Yeah.
And
Look at
they
the
like,
old Beatles. Look at the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. They like it goes all the way back, and it's still happening. Taylor Swift got screwed by her manager.
yep. Sometimes literally in some cases, like the
Yeah,
Backstreet Boys and things. Remember that Lou Pearlman, the
yeah.
guy in Florida, was like flying all these cute boys in to start boy bands and set them up in places, and then you would have them come over. I learned this all from Howard Stern back in the day.
Yeah,
And
I
then
never realized they were like set up like that, like these bands and all these girl
yeah,
groups, like they're put
all in
together.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Yep. So he would have him come over his house, and it looked like Neverland kind of deal. Inside the house, all the arcade games and the statues and this and that. And then he would take the kids into his little theater area and play Top Gun shirtless.
That's strange.
Yep.
Top Gun of all things.
He'd make all the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC guys and all this stuff. They would have to go watch Top Gun with him shirtless.
Do they have to play beach volleyball after? Probably.
Yeah. And if you don't, it's a conspiracy, but it ain't really conspiracy if you just watch some of the clips about Top Gun. Top Gun's kind of gay.
I love that. There's a movie where somebody talks about that. I think it's, but there's a scene like that in the movie, and it sells you on it completely. That movie is gay propaganda, 100%.
Yep. And all you need is like there's several little scenes in lines that they say where it's like, oh yeah, it totally makes sense.
Oh, I gotta find that later. I know exactly what you mean, though.
So
That's
yeah.
funny.
And then Lou Pearlman, if that's his name, I don't want to say the wrong name, but he's in there making these like teenage boys watch Top Gun with him. It's like that all clicked to me at the same time. I think I seen the same thing, saw the same thing you were talking about, where it's like I went, oh my god,
Yeah.
he
And
got
then
the light funky ones in there.
and it happened like more recent than that, even like who was the guy from Nickelodeon making all the little girls show their feet and having parties at his house? Same thing. The big fat guy at
Creeps.
Nickelodeon. Yeah,
And
he was doing that same thing, having like teenage girls come to pool parties at his house to like audition to be on the show. And it's like, okay, how did parents allow this shit to happen? Is the
I've heard about these things too, that even in my area, we got a lot of boats and things. I'm on the coast over here, right? And they'll have like young girls basically go on these boats, like the Minnesota Vikings when they had their little cruise ship
yeah,
incident. That was with like full blown adult strippers and things, but and all the drugs and things, and that was like, oh no. But it's like, how about all this other stuff that's going on over here that we know about?
sail into the international waters there.
Yep, creepy mofos, bro. These motherfuckers are everywhere. I learned that from the Tim Tebow thing where he showed the map of in all the areas where they are, and it's like red dots everywhere. You keep zooming in, it's more red dots. Like, oh my god. Yeah.
Tebow was another wild one. Dan Schneider, that's it. Oracle helping me out in the chat.
Dan Schneider, yep. Oh yeah, the owner of the Redskins, yes.
Oh no, the Nickelodeon guy. You're who's? Or wait, am I mixing it up? I think you're right. I'm wrong on that one.
There's a lot. Trust me, there's so
yeah,
many. Yeah,
there's too many creeps. Right. Exactly. You got the guy who owned the Clippers. There's too many creeps out there.
Yeah, Elijah Wood's parents were protective and prevented this kind of. Oh, here's another thing that's popping into my mind. I'm watching this Kevin Hart thing, right?
Yeah.
The roast, and you know who I kept seeing in there, and all the PDF jokes of flying and things was. Oh, what's his name? I knew it last night. The redhead that was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Seth Green?
Yep.
Yep. Man, he looks old now. Holy
mackerel.
Yeah. But they kept showing John Stamos, and he was in frame, and he kept trying to like do like that. And I'm thinking to myself, when Gillis was like, there's a lot of PDFs in the crowd, and I kept seeing him after. I was like, oh my goodness. And I'm not saying he is or he isn't, but remember that whole thing on Periscope years ago with that Cappy guy?
Oh yeah, I
Because I
forgot
was on
Periscope was
Periscope
a
at the
thing.
same time, and my mind was blown that somebody would do that, and then he actually wound up deceased. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's why YouTube's so worried. They're worried that's going to happen again.
Yep, getting possibly Tom Hanks. I think that's what we call it here in the interwebs. All right, what else do we got? We'll be wrapping up shortly. What time is it? We're killing it.
4:20 here.
If you need to leave at any time, don't worry. But
I can chill for a bit.
Cool. I got some more stuff to go through. Let's look at the interwebs for a little bit. Don't forget, everybody, hit the like button. You know, do us a solid. We got to see the Trump hair video first. This is blowing up the interwebs. This doesn't mean I love him. It doesn't mean I hate him. All right, everybody? Let's see.
Fuck, AI is getting good, man.
It is. It's AI is getting better.
Yeah. That's scary that it's getting that good. Like, I've never seen that, but that almost looks like it could be real hair, damn it. That would trick some people for sure.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I've been saying that they've had this AI stuff for many, many, many years. So I think we got the dumb version of it.
Oh, for sure. There's no way we have access to the best that they got. They wouldn't be that stupid.
And then how about this story? The WNBA, you know, they don't know what women are or whatever. So now we got multiple former NBA players that want to join the league. And now we got the AI videos like this with it. And honestly, it could happen.
Oh, you're not wrong. And like that's what I was what was in the Olympics this happened with the boxing, the women's boxing?
Oh yeah.
And I was never, oh, they shouldn't compete. They should have their own division. Like that's just like it doesn't seem fair to put them in either side, and people are going to complain either way. So they should have their own division. But like we've seen that happen with other sports like swimming and tennis, where people transition. There was a tennis player who was like ranked 200 or something, transition and became a top 10 female tennis player. So it's gonna happen.
Hey man, if things get worse and worse over at HUGEN Studios, I might have to throw one of these weaves on and start training again.
Just smoke a lot and giggle, and people run with the Ava thing.
Yeah, we'll go full Ava over here because I can play a little ball. I used to play ball back in the day. I could hang with some ladies.
I was a terrible bull type of center where I was just taller and fatter than all the other kids, and I would just stand there and collect rebounds and couldn't play whatsoever.
I mean, is this not full-blown clown world? I mean, from everybody, right? I get what the guys are doing here, trying to, you know, make a point and things, which it's just, come on, man.
Well, I'm also a poker fan, and there's a guy every year. They have a ladies event at the World Series of Poker for women only, but you can't have, because of laws and stuff, you can't enforce it. It's just sort of agreed upon. And there's one or two assholes who are professional players who every year try to go in there and win an easy bracelet by trying to pick on the girls. And it's the exact same concept. Like, it's just bizarro world out here.
Yeah, I read that story too. I think they let one of the guys actually play.
Oh yeah, he plays almost every year because they can't enforce it. Everybody calls him an asshole about it publicly.
So this tweet says Royce White. Well, it's from Royce White, old NBA player. It came, y'all, my first wig. Tomorrow I test it out in the court. This is my feminine era glow up. Did I slay? If y'all don't yas queen, you're transphobic. I really don't understand all the hatred. I just want to play some hoops with my fellow ladies. Royce White for U.S. Senate, Minnesota 2026 WNBA. #letter play. Yep. Things are just getting more and more silly.
And I know, like, obviously some of that's tongue in cheek to prove a point, but like they're proving a good point, man. It's tough to sit there and argue.
Of course it is. Listen, you can't have a women's league. Where are we? Where are we on the screen?
I see it. Well, now it's just me.
Fucking slow.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, restream. I pay for this too, which I'm done with after this year. Holy shit, this stinks. 720p as well.
I just gave up on StreamYard. They were having too many issues.
You know what? Just OBS. Try to update your computer. That's what I'm doing in the
That's
future.
basically what I've been told too.
Yep. Shout out to Peanut Butter in the building.
What up, Peanut Butter?
Oracle says the Saurus. Calling him out to flight. Probably not a good idea. Whatever happened to Taco Falls? He was just, some of these guys are too big to play in the NBA or just play basketball, period. I think that was the case with him.
There's a Canadian kid who's like that now, where he's 7'4" or something at 15, and I looked at his numbers. They're not that good even for playing against kids his age. I'm like, this kid's not going to make it at all. He's tall and not good. Like, I thought Thon Maker was going to be a beast when I saw his high school. I was all in on Thon Maker, and he couldn't play a lick.
Yep. I remember telling everybody when he was like 15, 16, I'm like, it's the next big thing.
That was my guy, too. And then it was like, no, I thought he was going to be it.
He ended up making it in the league for a little bit, but then nothing came of it.
No.
Vince is going to lose more money. Did you hear that in the news?
No. What's he doing now?
Because of the way that TKO, I guess, had bought. There's just all kinds of business shit going on. And because of McMahon with his little thing going on with that lady and the courts and all this stuff. I remember there was a news story a few months ago. He was supposedly texting back and forth with Ari Emanuel, the guy that runs TKO, who is Rahm Emanuel's brother. People don't know this. Who, like a bigwig politician that worked for Obama, and he was the mayor of Chicago at one time. So these are like massive players in the world,
Ari runs Hollywood, or he did for a long time with all his client list. No, I've just met with his client list. Yeah. Sorry. That was funny.
Yep, but 42.5 million settlement. The total of it is 147.5 million, all because they say McMahon manipulated the sell process. It's above my pay grade, but get well, Vince.
It's tough to argue because he timed it out perfectly where he could get in, get his money, and get out there before all the heat hit him. So it's kind of tough to not.
Oh, let me ask you about Stuttering John. So why did he get you, strike you or whatever?
So I started out, I was a fan of all this Dabbleverse stuff, and I spent way too much time watching it. And there was a guy, OJ, who worked with Cardiff Electric, if you're familiar with the potato. And OJ used to stream snipe Stuttering John when he was on. And so if you're blocked in John's chat and can't chat, you can go to OJ's chat and chat with the other people who are blocked. And then OJ just sort of left the Dabbleverse abruptly. And there was nobody really stream sniping Stuttering John every day. So it was either watch him and not be able to chat, or I decided I'll stream snipe him myself. And that went fine for a while. Like at first it was me and 3 or 4 people from Discord just hanging out. And people in John's chat started to say like, hey, Bacon Bits is watching if you want to go over there. Next thing you know, I'm doing it for 250 live viewers and stuff like that. I have no idea what's going on. And he struck me. Anthony Cumia and some other people retweeted it. So it got like almost 10,000 views on Twitter. And then the very next day I got monetized. I applied a couple days before that. And people came in and just showered me with like, we got your back and shit like that. And I ended up crying on camera. It was an emotional thing, but don't cry on camera, kids, especially if you're going to be in the Dabbleverse.
You learned that from Karmic, no?
Yeah, you try.
Beat him to it?
No, it was way after. I'd rather cry out of gratitude than fake anger, though.
Right, yes. Man, Stuttering John, I mean, he can make people famous so quickly. Yeah. We need him back soon. Again, my movie coming out in a few years. You saw the original. Now you get to see the sequel.
I've gotten used to life without John, but I will say there are days where I'm like, damn, it's boring. And there's never a nothing day when John was around. It didn't matter if it was something as simple as his shirt being dirty, there was always something. And
Yeah,
yeah.
he could do the same show every day too, and people
Yep.
were kind of fine with it. They would complain about it, of course, but
Yep.
yeah,
I made a game out of it for a while because at one point I was watching him and I would just get frustrated watching him. I'm like, why am I sitting here watching something that makes me mad? So I'm a big numbers guy, probably slightly autistic. And so I was like, I'm going to see how many beers he actually drinks. I'm going to see how many times he repeats skull and things like that. And I sort of started keeping stats of all of that. Then it was fun again. And that's sort of when I started streaming them.
can't believe I was scolding with him on stream. We had a good night. We did a great show. Him and who's the other guy that never remembers who
$2
I am?
Dan?
Huh?
$2 Dan?
No, Grillo.
Oh, Steve Grillo.
Because Grillo did my show like a year and a half ago. And he's like, who's this guy? And we're playing clips of the show and everything because he was wasted when he came on my
He's
show.
a bit aloof, Grillo. Nice guy, just a bit...
And then I do this show with him on Stuttering John. And he goes on MLC and he's like, who's Dr. Huge? Never heard of the guy in my life. Like, I got it. Yep. These guys are super uber famous. I'm just a douchebag. You know, I don't... So anyway, I'm doing this show with John and stuff. And he's like, this is great, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And weeks go by. He tried to get me on a couple other times, but I was busy. You know, I got the show maybe on in the background or whatever. But I'm doing other stuff. I got things to do. So I knew his last show was coming up. So I tried to get on there. And I said, hey, 10 minutes even. I don't need to come on this whole time. I'm not like some big player in this or whatever. But if this is really your last show, I'd like to come on. And then he's like, fuck that guy. He's not coming on. Blah, blah, blah. And then I hear through the grapevine I was kept off from Ava.
Oh, see, I figured the first time, I think Ava was on, was like, you should have Dr. Huge on. So I figured she's the one who set it up the first time you were on there.
I don't know. All these people are anonymous, right?
Oh.
So that anybody I talk to, so anybody could be anybody. But at the same time, I'm like, well, maybe it was heat being drummed up by the same people and everything that are.
Yeah.
And either way, I don't really give a shit. I just
John turns on everyone at some point.
With me, it was like immediately. Most other people go on his show and he's like, this guy's cool and this guy's great. And then he did that to me and all this. But then it's like quickly, I'm just some asshole douche out here. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's because everybody's calling me Ava and whatever. Maybe who knows? Maybe it's not. I don't care. I know the Dabbleverse prayer, like I said before. So that's that with that. I think we might have said it all here.
Oh,
do we have any other notes? Do we have anything else to ask you? I could talk about my reality shows I've been watching, but...
Oh, I love me some trashy reality TV. You ever seen Bad Girls Club?
That's one I've never seen.
Oh, just picture all of the other ones like the Jersey Shores and stuff, but they cut out all the actual melodrama. They take all these hood rats, and when I say hood rats, I mean all different races and variations. Mm-hmm. But they take these hood rats, throw them in a house together, and just feed them full of booze every night and let them fight. That is the whole show. And at the end, they have a reunion where they fight and drink more. I love it. It's just fucking bullshit.
House of Villains. There were some good dating ones that you wouldn't think are good. Very good.
Too Hot to Handle, I like. See, I like some dumb shit like that, too.
I've been watching, and I know, listen, I'm not gay no more. I might have been at one point.
I'm not gay no more.
I've been checking out these Love is Blind because I got the Netflix now to watch Raw, and there's nothing else to watch, really. So I gave it a shot, and season 1, I already did the work for everybody. Season 1 and season 4, go watch those. The rest of them you don't really need to watch. Holy shit, Bacon Bits. Some of these women are the biggest C's in the world.
Oh.
The biggest.
A good one on Netflix I can recommend if you haven't seen it is The Circle, because it plays into the whole parasocial relationship thing. Like, they put people in rooms and they can only talk through text messages in the computer and stuff. And it's like a good example of how quickly these people can fall for each other and fight with each other. It's a good Dabbleverse minutia in the show.
And that's what I've been saying for years. How have we not had a real Dabble House? I think the Compound people did a Dabble House thing. That ain't the Dabble House that we're talking about. That's a bunch of people doing streams in the same area or whatever, and they're fucking boring. I'm talking about get the Z-Man, Brennan, John, but really put some money into this. Get all Kumia, Gino, all the big players out here. Give them a room in a big house, and you do like a competition thing where they leave one by one, where only one, because it's all about the money.
Yeah.
If they
Do
could
you know what the
compete,
liquor bill would be on that show with all those people you just mentioned?
and that's all you'd have to do, and they would buy right into it, because these shows are like, give us your cell phones, you're locked in with each other for like 2 weeks to a month, and we'll slowly dwindle this thing down, and all you can do is drink booze.
Yeah. Fight and drink booze. It would happen.
And how
It would
good
be
would that
tough to
show
put
be?
together. I know people would love something like that. It would be tough to put together. You could probably do it with more of the sub Dabbleverse people, like the people at my level, the karmics and whatnot.
But I think if you could get like $1 million prize, even let's say $500,000, we just need a big money whale out here to do one of the. It would print money, this show, and it would
Oh yeah.
expose all of this to the world.
Which could be a good or bad thing. I always say when the Dabbleverse does finally do something that makes it mainstream, it might be the end of it. But it might just blow us up. Who knows?
Yep. And then
The rest of the world will see how dumb we are.
Then we could have season 2 and season 3 and so on and so forth, whatever. But I always think on that. I'm like, this Kiki could show up, throw like the ladies in there, Chrissy Meyer. They all want money. This is just the easiest way to get it, right? All they have to do is live life, do a few challenges for the cameras and stuff, and the drama writes itself.
Oh yeah, it'd be a hell of a show. It'd just be a pain to put together.
Oh my God, with these people, oh my God.
Try booking even a stream with some of these people.
A bunch of Eric the Midgets.
Oh, pretty much. If a man named Tommy Jordan ever reaches out to you, just ignore it because it'll lead.
You got beef with Tommy and Jordan?
No. I love Tojo, but scheduling with him is such a pain in the ass. We did a show together once, and we were supposed to do a second one, and he'll message me at like 4 a.m. and be like, "You want to do a show in 2 hours?" That's the way the Dabbleverse works.
Well, they were calling him a part of the Sleepyverse or something. What was it called?
The Tired Verse, yeah. The people who go on late. I'm classified more as Hackverse and Tired Verse. So sort of the people who don't have any real past, or like I wasn't a comedian or anything like that. So I fall under Hackverse, and Tired Verse is like people who start at 10 p.m. and later and go in the middle of the night.
Man, I wish I could do that. I think there would be probably a lot more. Just the crazier people.
All the freaks come out at night for sure.
Yeah, like doing these in the afternoon, I'm like, screaming all kinds of slurs and swear words and stuff, and it's like 3 p.m. on a Sunday. People are like, you know what? Maybe you should do a later show. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the Dabbleverse drama. We need John back, man. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah. I got to agree. Like it's fun being clipped and being talked about and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm realistic. I should not be the topic of conversation in the Dabbleverse. I shouldn't be in like 3 out of the last 6 major clips yelling at a cartoon. So
kind of agree with a cartoon, technically.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole stupid thing about it, and it gets so childish. Like, she's a grown woman who's older than me and who's been around longer than me. And then you resort to like nana boo boo insults. Like today, her big comeback was bacon bitch. It's like, you think you're the first person to come up with that?
So I want to play devil's advocate for her, but I just don't know how, because I don't know enough about it. But it's so you said before she like was working with you in the streams.
She worked with a lot of shows. She did an intro for me, so that was our business interaction. But I don't know if you're familiar with the Blind Mike Project or Hack Ride Studios. She was producer and co-host with them. So she was doing work for a few shows. She's been around the Dabbleverse at least like 1.5 years, 2 years. But she doesn't seem to know how it operates. She just started recently doing her own solo streams, and they were late at night. She was intoxicated. People made fun of her. And then she went, "Oh my God, don't make fun of me," and left the internet for about 2 weeks completely. Then came back and tried to move on as if nothing happened. And then people brought it up, and she freaked out again.
Get well, DJ.
Yeah, and I don't hate the girl. Like, I really don't hate the girl. She, I say if she's older than me, I say girl because she's acting like a child. But I really don't hate her. It's just like there's a couple things I don't mess with, and that's money and my character. And she kind of did both.
I see. Listen, I've been around the podcast game for a little bit, and again, I don't want to sound like I don't like. I love the ladies. They help you get the views. Believe it or not, I've had women on just to sit here and listen to me talk. Because they were pretty or whatever, and I'll do it again. I'm not above that. I'm just saying, there's a lot of problems that can come with it when there's absolutely none. You understand? So when those people were asking about my relationship statuses and things, that whole little speech I gave everybody at the top of this, that kind of goes for the podcast game as well. It's crazy because you want to befriend people, or at least Dr. Huge does, but a lot of these people they have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Some people are too ashamed to admit it or whatever, but like a lot of us come on here and we stream out of fucking loneliness. A lot of us are in front of your computers, you know what I mean? So this is how we connect with people who are into the weird shit. Try going and explain the Dabbleverse to some person walking down the street. Where the fuck do you start even? So there's some of us like me that are like, okay, well, I'll just come online and talk to these people. And yeah, you always got to be careful. You can't just come on here and open yourself up. You can't be crazy. There's some things that I say, but I never go on there and go wild. And then the next day go, oh, did I really say that? So that's the kind of shit that irks me. It's like you said earlier, you can't keep up with bullshit. So be honest. That's the easiest way to do it.
Yep. When people shit on you, they're going to shit on you. Like, what are you going to do?
So, oh, yeah. You got to roll with it. Like, you think I turned on this camera and I didn't look at myself? You think that I didn't know I was going to be called gay every day and things like that? Like, you got to be able to roll with it, man.
Wait, you're gay?
No, I'm not, but I get that quite a lot.
I'm not gay.
No, me neither. Not no more.
I'm not gay no more.
Not anymore, anybody. Go, tell him.
I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup.
Nope.
Is that Big E? It sounds.
Big E. Big E was pretty sus. Is that who you just said, Big E?
Yeah.
Or Piggy. I didn't
Big
know.
E, yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Oh, no problem. It was fun hanging out for sure.
I'll have you back again. We got to talk more wrestling and things. Yeah. I'm all out of sorts because this is usually not the day I do the show. But I'm definitely going to come back and do some more late night shows and things. So that's the plan for the future.
Yeah, send me an invite. I'll pop on. This was fun hanging out, man. I'll let you wrap up and things. Have a good one. Right.
Go follow Bacon Bits at Bacon Bits 6664.
Yep. Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
See you later, man. Thanks for coming on. Yep. So we did it. We did some dabbling. We haven't been doing dabbling for a little bit, but we are on the Dabble dashboard now. Hit the like button, subscribe. We got plenty more to talk about coming this week. You can buy some comic books from me and whatnot. If you have the app, if you don't, I got an invite on my X feed there. It'll give you a free $25. I'm going to come out with some merch and, we're going to get this ball rolling into 2027. I've been telling people since 2025, I said the year of Dr. Huge will be 2027 and we're going to be killing it 2028, 2029. That's usually how this goes in the decades. For me, I don't know why. The first part of the decade usually stinks really bad, and then towards the end, it starts to get really, really good. And no worry, Bacon Bits, your audio is fine. Trust me, everybody's got audio issues and video issues when they come on here. And sorry about the bad audio, not usually on this program, and didn't want to mess around too much yet. And that's the thing. This is the show that I'm doing here. This stream is not very serious. I try to let everybody know that I send links to or whatever, because you're not going to get ambushed. You're not going to, if there are problems, scheduling issues, it's whatever, bro. I'm not stopping. We'll be doing this again. So shout out to Bacon. Shout out to Oracle, Paladin, all the other people that came through, all the dabblers that say, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing this. You're not allowed to do this. Yes, I am. Go fuck yourselves. I do what I want. Okay? I'll do a show for 0 people if I want every day. What are you going to do? Goof on me about it? Good luck with that. I don't give a shit. Hold on. Let's show you some pictures. I was going to talk about Jade and her Botch Mania Fest. I was going to talk more about The Rock and him trying to get Kevin Hart to do an Illuminati ritual act with him during his roast. I was going to bring up Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. You know the guy, BBQ1. You've heard of him, right? He's like one of the top guys in the business. He's Dusty Rhodes' kid. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. We could have even talked about this guy.
The best in the world.
Shout out to Tabby. I hit the wrong sample. Oh, it's around here somewhere. Where is it? You guys hear that? Ah! It's John Moxley, folks. I'll have to watch more AEW, get caught up with all this stuff. Is he still doing Moxley a 13th stuff out there, chopping people up and things? Yep. We talked about Val Venus last week and all his conspiracy theories with the Kirkster. And that's it. That's all, folks. I may talk to you guys later on this evening on the X machines and stuff. Who knows? If I have time, maybe I'll do another little live and things, because I do have a notebook full of notes to talk about. We got a lot of people to goof on out here. Everybody have a good rest of your day. And don't forget to hit the like button. Get off my screen. Val Venus, you're way too old to be doing that, playing with towels in the rings and things. All right, see ya.